Hello students, welcome for this demographic of India presentation. Guys, the demographic means demo means about the public and the demographic is studying about the population. Demo means the population and the demographic means studying about the population. As you know, if you talk about the introduction of this demographic features of India, in this presentation we are going to study about what is the population, what is the size of the population, what is the age structure in the population, sex ratio, employment, literacy, and income of India. Okay, so here in the introduction, if you take that, the human resources plays an important role in the process of economic development. Economic growth is meant for the welfare of the people of the country. Human beings are not only the instruments of the production but also an end in themselves by working and contributing to the economics. And let us study about this demographic features of India in the economy. See, in the demography, the general science of the studying that's the human population. That is what we can say that the demographic features of India. So this is a general study of the human population, and it is a statistics of the population that is subjected to the change in accordance with the age, birth, death, migration, etc. So here we are going to study about the statistics population data. You know what do you mean by the statistics? Statistics means we are studying about the previous and the present, and based on that previous and the present, we are predicting about the future also. That is what we can say that is the statistics data. So here we are going to study about the population statistics data with the help of the age, birth, death, migration, and the etc. Then the demographic of the any places helps together information about the population, religion, language, and authenticity of the place. So it includes everything here. We are not discriminating anything, just we are identifying what is the population. In that we are going to classify into the various religion or maybe the languages or maybe the places or the states. This is how we are going to classifying. Okay, and the demographic, that is the studying of the population, we are calling as that is a census. That is nothing but the decade also we used to say. That is every 10 year our population will be analyzed and we are giving the information to the country. Okay, that is we say in Canada that is a janaganati. So every 10 years we are doing this census. So based on that, we can able to identify what is a population and what is a birth rate and what is a death rate. Everything you know that we are saying that compared to the earlier, now the population has been increased. You know that earlier each and everyone they used to give the birth of in one family they used to give the birth of minimum 3 4 5 and all. Okay, there is some reason is there for that. Okay, because you know that earlier they used to not get the labors and all for their own land work. So you know that there is a basic earning is there's a primary sector, that is agriculture. Agriculture is the main source of income for particular each and every areas. So that's the reason to do the cultivation and for the help of the for the farmers. Okay, they need an human people manpower. So that's the reason it's very difficult to get the manpower from the outside. So they used to give the birth more people because there is a more land will be there, so they can able to take care of that land also. But you know that similarly there some pandemic diseases is also were there. So here the death rate is also increasing, malaria, cholera. Because of this, that the death rate is also increasing. So earlier it was balancing, there is a more birth and the more death will also be there. But now why the population has been increased? Because the birth rate is increasing but the death rate is decreasing, right? So that's the reason the population growth is increasing like anything. Okay, let's see one by one in the future slides. Okay, the current population of the India is 1 lakh 32 crore. okay, sorry, 132 crore population is there in 2020 as of Monday, April 15, 2020, based on the latest United Nations estimates. That is, there is, if you find out the internet, okay, there is an world population meter will be there. There is a world meter, okay, that is worldmeter.info.com. If you check that, each and every moment, okay, every second, the population is changing there. So based on the data, it is changing. So now the present population data in India is 132 crores as per April 15, 2020. Okay, and the population is equivalent to the 18% of the total world's population. Okay, it is equivalent to the total world's population. That is, the 18% population is there. Okay, and the India's ranks, we all know that the India's ranks number two in the list of countries. Across to the countries, if you compare, our country stood second place in terms of population. The first is, as we all know, that is a China. That is around 140 crore population is there in the China, but ours is 132. That is the second place. So we are the second highest population country in the world. Okay, but you know that in the China, the population is also increasing, the death rate is also increasing, and the technology is also increasing, but we have an abundant of labor. We don't have the abundant of finance, or we don't have abundant of technology, nothing at all, but we have only the abundant of labor. So with the help of the labor, we can able to do many things. Okay, then if you talk about the third point, that is first, second, and the third point, that is the population density in India is 464 per kilometer. You know what do you mean by the density? The density is nothing but, that is a total area. Okay, that is a total area of the land. Okay, that is a total area. Density of the population, that the density of the population is calculated as a ratio of a numbers of persons per square kilometer of land area. So per square kilometer, how many people are staying? That is what we are calling as density. The total land area of India is around that is you can see that is 464 kilometer. Okay, that is although India occupies. Okay, so here 464 per kilometer, that is 1,192 people per miles are staying. So it means what we are talking about, the land is little and the population is more. It's like in one house around maybe around 20 people are staying. Just imagine in one house if 20 people are staying, can you able to be happy? Similarly, in India also, we are staying more people, there's more people with the less places is there. This is how it is called as density. Then the total area, as we have said, that is a what you can say 29 lakh 73,190 kilometer across the India. Okay, that is converted into the miles, that is a 11 lakh 47,955 square miles will be there. And if you talk about the population in urban, that is 33.6% population in urbans are staying. And as we have said, there is a maiden age in India is 28.4 years. What do you mean by this maiden age? There's a maiden age is nothing but there is the average age people, average age person is living in India. Birth rate and the death rate, if we calculate, and based on that we can able to get the average age person is living in India is a 28.4 year person. That is what we can say, that is the average age person. Okay, then if you talk about the growth of the population in India, the population of India is very large in size and is growing very rapidly. As far as the size of the population is concerned, India ranks second in the world next to the China. As we have said, India's population is 132 crores, but in China, there's a 140 crore people are staying. That is what we are saying. The first is China, and the second is the India. And although India occupies about 2.4% of the total land of the world, but India consists of nearly 18% of the total population of the world. So here, if we talk, okay, if we analyze that, okay, around 2.4% is the area, and if we talk about the income, that is a 1.2%. Okay, I'll just write for you. That is, if we calculate, if we calculate, that's the total. That is what we can say the area. Okay, if we talk about the area, that is total area of the world is around 2.4%. 2.4% of the area is there, and income, okay, we are generating the income. That's income is equal to 1.2%. Okay, income is generating. And you know about the population, as we have said, there's a population that is 18%. Just imagine, compare with this and this. That is what we're doing. See, the area is 2.4%. In 2.4% area, around 18% people are staying. Just imagine, 18% people are staying in just 2.4%. That means almost is equivalent to the 20% of population. Okay, then just imagine income, that is income generating in India, that is 1.2%. So what we are analyzing here, if we analyze these three figures, we can able to identify that the population is more and the area is less and the income is lesser than that. So it clearly shows that rapidly increasing or rapidly growing about the population. So we need to take care of those things here. Okay. Then, okay, if you talk about the growth of the population in India, at the beginning of the 20th century, that the India's population was just 23.6 crores. Just imagine, in the year 2000, okay, sorry, in the year, okay, if you talk about 19, that's what we have said. In the year, that's a 19th century, okay, and now we can say that is 2000, that's the 10 years we are talking about. So just imagine, okay, that's the 2000. So here the population we are talking about, so here around 23 crore, okay, and here in 2010, 2000, okay, we are talking about in the year 2001. Okay, in the year 2001, the population is about about 100. Okay, that is 100 crore population, and here just 23 crore. So in between, if you take, that is maybe 1950, okay, if you take the 1950, around 36 crore population was staying. So just imagine from 19,000 to 2001, there's a 23 crore to 100 crore. That's what we have said. But we have taken directly, that is a 2020, around 1.32 lakh. Before that, 2010, okay, 2010, 2010, we are talking about around 125 crore is there. And in 2020, that is 132 crore. Just imagine, so how the population is growing. In the year 2019 century, there's a 23 crore was there. In 2001, that is 100 crores is just imagine what is the rapid growth from this to this. Okay, so just imagine from 23 crore to there's 100 crore, that is 75% has been increased just for 100 years, right? So similarly, in next 20 years we have 100 to 132. That is a very rapid growth population is there. Okay, so this has been done now, and now India adds one Australia to its population every year and one Britain in every 3 point year. Just imagine, okay, the India, okay, the whatever the India's population is there, Australia's population, okay, there's a India adds one Australia to its population every year. Just imagine, that is in a 10 years, or maybe we have said that is 2010 or 2020, there's 2010 around 125 crore people was there, and 2020, that's within 10 years 132. That means almost around 8 to 9% has been increased the population. So here what we are talking about, in a 10 year, okay, our population is 9 crore, and the Australia every year, the overall Australia population is around 9 to 10 years 10 crores. Just imagine what is the population. So you can say that if we compare in India and the other countries, okay, just UP, okay, UP, that is what we can say, UP state, just one UP state will equivalent to the Brazil country's population. See, just imagine here, the one Brazil population is equivalent to the just a part of India, that is the UP's population. So just imagine what is the high population in our India. And if you take about, okay, okay, I'll just write down for you. That is, if you take about UP and Maharashtra, okay, UP and Maharashtra's both together population is equivalent to the American population. Just imagine. So what we are talking about here, the area is huge, but the population is very less. So that means the more density is there for that, the less density is there for that. So just imagine what is the population of our India. Just two states population is equal to the one country's population. So this is how. And we have said here that is Britain in every 3.5 years. Okay, 3.5 years population, whatever is there increasing, that is equivalent to the Britain. That's what we are saying. So just imagine that the India's population is almost equal to the combined population. Sorry. India's population is almost equal to the combined population of USA, Indonesia, Brazil, Pakistan, Japan. Just imagine here what we are saying: one, two, three, four, five, and six. So one, two, three, four, five, six. Six countries' population is equal to the India's population. Just imagine what is the population growth is there for our country. In the present situation, the population of India's growth rate is 1.19%. So this is how the population growth is there for our India. Sorry. So this is how the India's population growth is there for our India. You know that again, why India's population growth is more, just that's what I have said earlier. Okay, we used to say that the population is also increasing and the death rate is also increasing, because you know that population, why it is increasing, there are a lot of reasons are there. Because in the earlier age or earlier stage, they don't have the entertainment, so that's the reason they used to do the reproduction. Okay, apart from that, they, you know that they are uneducated people, they don't know what is a family planning and all. So because of that, the population was increasing. And apart from that, as I said, in terms of resources, you know that they have a lot of lands and all. So to do the work, they are not getting the employees or the people. Okay, so that's labor. So that's the reason that they are reproducing the people. So they used to say that, okay, let's see, okay, he will take care of the particular land. So this is how the reason why the population was increasing. But as I said, there is a in a death rate also. Death rate is also increasing because there's a many pandemic diseases were there. That's what I have said. The malaria, cholera, okay, various things was there. So that's the reason the equal death is also there. So it was balancing earlier, but now you know that because of the more technology, the population is increasing, the population growth is increasing, but the death rate is not decreasing at all. Okay, so that rate is not decreasing because we are saying there's a lot of medicines has been came. So earlier we used to say in Canada we used to say that ಹುಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತು ಸಾವು ಅನಿರೀಕ್ಷಿತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತು ಸಾವು ಎರಡೂ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷಿತವಾಗಿಯೇ ನಾವು ಪಡಿಬಹುದು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಹುಟ್ಟು ನೋಡ್ರಿ ನೀವು, ಇವನ್ ಬರ್ತ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಓಕೆ ಮೆನಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಓಕೆ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ದ ಬೇಬಿ in the beginning of January, that is at 12 o'clock itself. So because you know that there are cesareans are there, there's operation is there. So that's the reason with the help of the doctors they used to take the birth for the babies at the particular place or at the particular time at the particular of date. So as per their requirement they are getting the birth. Similarly in the death also, you know that because of the various reasons, okay, they used to postpone the death with the help of the ventilators, with the help of the doctors, with the help of the medicines. So that's the reason. So this is how it is happening. So a lot of everything is in your control nowadays. Okay, everything is in control. Even though we are saying now the birth rate is very less because you know that people are becoming very educated, and each and everyone, you know that earlier we used to say that हम दो हमारे दो, अभी क्या हो गया, हम दो हमारे एक आया था, अभी क्या हो गया, हमारे लिए तुम और तुम्हारे लिए हम. सो इतना होने के बाद भी why the population is increasing, just because there is a less percentage of the death rate, right? So this is how we are talking about, we are studying about the population of India, why the population growth is more compared to the 2001 and 2020. So just imagine in 2000 19th century to the 20th century. So what is the population is there, what is the density is there. So these all things we have studied in this particular presentation. In the next presentation we'll see that what is the birth rate and what is the death rate and what is the literacy rate. These all things we can study in the next class, right? Hope you understood guys. So if you have any queries please let you know. Thank you guys, thanks a lot.